The project must be completed and put to good use. If there are defects, you engage the consultant and you engage the contractor and you find out what can be done before you trigger a yoku among the other institutions.
Why do we do this to ourselves?
Please.
See, we are not here for politics. We are here in the interest of the nation. The former MP has spent some money, public funds, to start a project. They haven't completed the project.
You have a project that was supposed to have been completed in 2024. For the whole of 2025, you told us categorically that because there is a new MP, his priority, and even in your words, must not be that he must complete that. And you are telling us that the current report of 2025 or 2026 is telling us that there is defect in it.
It has to do with abandoned projects. And I think there are about 5 projects in all from the DACF account. Because some of the projects are as high as 92% completed. This delay results in cost overruns, of course. Honorable DCE, how come we have this situation? 5 projects have been delayed and abandoned.
It is purely due to non-payment of interim payment certificate. So
Sorry, say that again.
Non-payment of certificate.
So even at the time of audit, you couldn't tell them what the reason was. So the reasons for this abandonment were not stated. It's not been stated. You couldn't provide the reasons.
Well, at the time I wasn't around, so but currently, with regards
Honorable
to that,
DCE, you don't come and sit here and say at the time you weren't around. You inherit both the liabilities and the assets. You were not around, but since you came, what have you done about it? And that is why you are here.
exactly what I'm about to say.
So don't start with, at the time I wasn't around.
Okay, thank you for your guidance. But with regards to that of Choli, you are mentioning of about 90-something%, it has been completed now. Choli, everything is done. Then with regards to the shed, the chip compound at shed, it has been commissioned, handed over to Ghana Health Service, and now they are there right now. Then that of 3-unit classroom, that of the teachers' quarters at Bonri done, the area council done. So we are almost on course. Almost.
I'm sorry, so let's take it again. You said the chips compound
At shed.
at shed.
Completed and handed over.
Okay.
Choli completed and about to be handed over to the
Choli is what project? What kind
3-unit classroom.
Okay.
And there was another one at Akak room. It's almost about 90% completed, 90-95%. They are up to the painting and ceiling.
So Honorable, the specific projects are construction of chips compound. It doesn't say where, but to Raise Boat Company Limited is the contractor.
That is shed.
That's the shed. It's
Shed
complete now.
completed, yes.
And handed over.
And handed over.
Is it in use?
Yes.
Okay. Then we have construction of one number 3-story at Sifi Akontombra, phase 1.
Phase 1. That one is problematic as it stands now, because that project was, I think, grant to the MP's Common Fund, the former MP. They decided to do 3-story, pay 1 million Ghana cedis for the flow. The money has been utilized, but the works done is not up to date. So we've also written to, I personally wrote to Yoko to do the investigation for us. So that is on that. I think even this year, the auditors picked it. There are some defect with regards to the 3-unit.
Honorable, please take your time.
Okay.
This is saying that the project is a 3-story at Sifi Akontombra phase 1.
Exactly.
Awarded to Tony machineries,
Exactly.
and then it's 92.4% complete.
For the first phase.
Yes, of course. It's
And
for
I'm
the first
saying
phase.
that currently,
And the funding source is District Assembly Common Fund.
Common
it says.
Fund.
Yes.
this Assembly Common Fund, that of the MP's labor account, not the mainstream Common Fund.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is that currently,
But you
if it-
mentioned that there were grants, that some grants, it was coming from some grants. What did you want to say?
well,
You mentioned grants, so I was
Well,
excited to hear about this.
well, I withdraw that
safety.
one, but-
So if you are contemporary story of
I
grants,
withdraw.
you know.
I withdraw that one.
Yes,
I
okay.
withdraw that one. But what I mean to say is that the auditors have raised issues about it. That the money was paid in full, but the project is not completed. The first phase is not completed. So we also, when I came in, and if you raise issues of defect with regards to that project, so we wrote to Yoko to do proper investigation and audit about that particular project. So that one we can't continue until we are finalized.
Doctor, 1 minute, please.
Sure.
Sir, if there are defects on the building and it's 92.4% complete per what you call the phase 1, and the total cost is 1,924,000 Ghana cedis has been paid, won't you rather let the contractor fix the defects
Madam,
and bring it up to speed, but rather you want to delay the contract, take it to Yoko for any economic crime committed, as you put in it, and then as you delay, the cost of completion increases.
Madam, you see, the money source comes from the MP's labor account. And you know, there was a change of, the MP was voted out, a new MP came, and you can't say the MP should continue with that project because he also raises questions.
Respectfully, let me ask you, is that building the MP's personal
No.
building?
No.
Is it in the MP's compound?
No.
Private compound?
No.
Is it not for the assembly?
Yes.
Was the MP not going to deliver it to the community for community use?
Yes.
So, Your Excellency, Honorable DCE, Honorable MCE, I don't understand.
You should understand because you know.
You cannot tell me I should understand this.
Please, with all due respect, if you.
Hold on. Please, listen. The MP has completed to 92.4%. You claim an old MP has gone, the new MP, so you do not want to touch, well, it's
No.
the MP's priority whether to continue with it or not. But then, it is a property of the assembly. It is not the MP's personal property. So that when you come and there are issues, you rather rectify the issues and complete the project. But rather you say you've written to Yoko because when the auditors came, the auditors said the building is not up to speed, there are structural defects. When there are structural defects, is it Yoko
Please.
that you take to? I was thinking that even
Please.
if there are structural defects, you take it to ESL,
Please.
AESL.
Please. What I'm saying is that you award the first phase of a project costing 1 million Ghana cedis. The total amount has been paid. That you need to see that the whole project has been completed. The contractor did not complete the project.
Sir, respectfully, that is not what the report is saying. It's like you are prejudiced against the MP. The report here says 1 million is the cost, and 924,000 has been paid, and not the 1 million. And the process is 92.4% complete. This is not a building on the private compound of the former MP. This is a building to be used by the community, to serve the community's interest, so that when you come and there are structural defects, respectfully, you work to make sure you correct the structural defects. This is 92.4% complete. Why do we do this to ourselves?
Please.
See, we are not here for politics. We are here in the interest of the nation. The former MP has spent some money, public funds, to start a project. They haven't completed the project. And you come in, you notice, you claim there are structural defects. What do you do? Because these are public funds. We are here to protect public funds. It is not Party A that built it, so I don't want to have anything to do with it. Rather, I will send it to Yoko for Yoko to come in because there are structural defects, and that will translate into some economic liability. So then rather, let me delay, send it to Yoko, and then increase the cost of completion at the end of the day. And it's at whose expense? The public person's expense. Honorable, Your Excellency, MC, whoever you are, please, please, let's put our personal political sentiments aside and look at the interest of the nation here. Please, respectfully.
Please, the issue you are raising, the auditors are saying that the whole 1 million, because there's a retention aspect of it. So the
do you have a copy of the report, please?
If you can,
if you have, can you please read what the auditors said in the report for all of us to hear?
what I have here is the current status. So if
it is not what you have here. Do you have a copy of this report that we are speaking to?
No, I don't have
You
it.
are the MCDC. You have come here to answer
I don't have it
infractions.
here.
Listen to me, please. You have come here to answer infractions on the Auditor General's report on the management and utilization of the District Assembly Common Fund. And you say you don't have a copy of the report that, based on which we are asking you the questions, you don't have a copy of that report.
Madam Chairman,
Yes.
Madam, I want to come in and plead with you that clearly and procedurally, I think that the project must be completed and put to good use. If there are defects, you engage the consultant and you engage the contractor and you find out what can be done before you trigger a Yoko among the other institutions. Because with the narrative, it looks as though we want to find a fault where there may be none. And as Madam Chairperson is saying, even if you are unable to get the commitment of the current MP in terms of using his allocation to be able to complete it, we've made allocation of 20% legacy fund. Looking at the rate at which the completion is 92.4, it means that just a little commitment from the assembly would be able to complete the facility and open it to good use. So I will suggest that you take a good look at the report again, engage the consultant, engage the contractor, and revise the modus with which you are approaching the project. Thank you, Madam Chairperson.
Thank
Madam
you,
Chair, with respect.
Thank you very much, Regional Minister. But it's unfortunate that you come here and you don't even have a copy of the report we are speaking to. It's very, very unfortunate that you come here, you are coming to answer to queries in a report that you have been cited in, and you're telling me you don't have a copy of this report.
Madam Chair, I don't think...
Respectfully, you can go onto the Auditor General's or the Audit Service website. They are online. I want you to pull it and look at exactly what you have been cited for. Not a piece of paper in front of you, but the actual report, so that we can be on the same page and you can speak to it.
Madam Chair, with respect. Say, did you say the auditors raised concern of defect of the building?
Yes, sir.
Was that part of the report that the auditors gave to you? Have you cited that in writing by the auditors?
In fact, I
It's
even
a
said-
yes or no answer.
I even said current audit.
Please, you see, don't go on current audit,
Okay.
because do you know why? If you leave a property sitting for more than 4 months, 6 months, there would obviously be cracks in them. Go and look at buildings that even people are living in. Weeds have grown on the ceilings because people don't take care of it. You have a project that was supposed to have been completed in 2024. For the whole of 2025, you told us categorically that because there is a new MP, his priority, and even in your words, must not be that he must complete that. And you are telling us that the current report of 2025 or 2026 is telling us that there is defect in it. And you are telling that the auditor says so. The auditor says that phase 1, by the works that they've seen, is 92% complete. left with 8% to be completed. And it's not been done. We are asking and they said there is defect. And there's no defect in it.
Please, will you allow me to talk? Please, with all due respect.
Talk. No,
What I'm
Chairman,
saying-
let's
please,
give him an
no,
opportunity
what I am
to talk.
saying is that they awarded the project for 1 million Ghana cedis. The amount has been paid, leaving retention. The contractor has not done it up to the 100%. So, please, so we when I came, we contacted the contractor. And there are a whole lot of issues surrounding that particular product. The contractor said it categorically that he's not coming back to complete the project. So that made us write those letters. So if you can, because if the money has been paid, we don't want to commit another money into the phase 1. That is why
With respect, Madam, you see,
Yeah,
you are complicating your matter.
Honorable.
It says it's on the basis that the contractor says it's not coming. That is why you wrote to Yoko. Initially, you told us that because the auditor said there were defects in it, that's why you wrote to Yoko.
No.
And now wait, that's what you said. You see, that is why all these mics are here and we are recording. And secondly, you said there is left with retention, and that is that is just about how many percent of it? If you do the calculation, that is just about 70,000 that is remaining, that is unpaid. And because of the 70,000, and that is retention, you are saying the contractor says it's not coming, and there are so many things in. Tell us there's so many things. Because my presumption of what you term as so many things, I ought that is not what you are going to say. So tell us there's so many things why the contractor says it's not coming back.
The contractor said he was given a project at the Akontomra to construct an AstroTurf. That contract was not signed. The MP committed him to be doing that.
Look, we are not talking about an AstroTurf. We are talking about the completion of number 1 story at Akontomra phase 1.
I'm telling you there's so many things.
So don't say there's so many. In respect of this project, what is the problem?
The problem is that the contractor says he's not coming back. That is what he told that Tony Machinery. When I engaged him, he said he's not coming back.
In your view, will the retention be able to complete the project?
No, because the project is sinking.
The project is sinking.
It's sinking, yeah. It can't complete. 70,000 cannot complete it.
The project is sinking.
Yes.
And who gave you that report that the project is sinking?
In fact, we've all been there. I have been there myself.
No.
The engineer Paul, we all went there, and you see some areas the project is sinking.
Is there a consultant on the project?
No, the district assembly was the consultant to the project.
And you are saying the project is sinking?
Yes.
You have documentary evidence that you can tender in that the project is sinking, or because you went there to have a site
not
of it?
available here, but it could be in our works.
You see,
MC, please, these are all public money. Let's exercise restraint and then do the right thing. So, yes.
Well, please, where are you coming?
Yeah, Frank, just 1 second. Let me set this boundary so that we can make progress.
Because it's technical. I understand what he's doing. That's why I want to ask.
All right, please go ahead, Frank.
Thank you very much, Doc. So, where is the source? What is the source of fund for the project?
Please, the source of funding is District Assembly Common Fund.
Which comes into your accounts, right?
Yes, sir.
And how do you pay the contractor?
The contractor raises certificate. Then a committee goes around to verify the works done.
So you verified before paying. Was the MP part of the group, the verification team?
No.
So why are you not attributing everything to the MP? Because Assembly is responsible for the verification before payment is made.
Yes.
So if you fail in doing that, why are you attributing it to the MP, the former MP? It's the Assembly.
Please, payment has been made.
No, who made the payment?
The Assembly.
So if the Assembly made the payment and the former MP wasn't part of those who made the payment, why are you saying that MP is? Why are you claiming that MP has done something wrong? It's the Assembly. You have engineers. If the building is not standard, the consultant on the project verified the certificate before it was paid. That's how we do procurement. The contractor will bring a certificate. The Assembly will sit with the consultant to verify whether or not the work has been done and it's done properly before payment is made. You waited for about a year or two, and you're not telling us that there are defects on the project. When your consultant approved the payment to be made and the payment has been made, Payment has been made. So why are you saying that?
So, Honorable DCE, hold on. MC, right? DCE. Okay, so I think we have to make progress. And what I just want to find out is, this amount was paid before you became MCE. Is that correct? A DCE?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, as of that time, the first phase was 92% complete, as you have assessed the documents, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what do you want to do with that building going forward?
Currently, we don't have an engineer. Engineer has been transferred. So since he was the one that supervised it, we want to have the new engineer to assess the whole facility. Then we'll look at management will meet and take a decision on it.
Okay. Okay. So I think that we don't want 1 million cedis of public funds to go waste. And so what I will recommend for the chair to rule on is that you can go ahead and do, well, you've written to Yoko. Have they responded to you?
Yes, they came around and left. They've not come out with the final report.
Okay. So did you draw the auditor's attention to this development?
In fact, that is what I was saying. The auditor themselves have even picked it. This 2025, they themselves picked it.
They've picked it?
Yes.
Okay. So it will come in next year's report?
Exactly.
Okay. So maybe you should follow up on Yoko and get their reports and then see how you can commission some technical assessment of the building so that you can absorb it as a legacy project. That's what my recommendation will be, so that this money doesn't go waste.
Thank you very much.
All right. DC. Sometimes some of us know more than we say. Keep this one at the back of your head.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Sometimes some of us know more about what is going on at the district than we say. This over 900,000 CD project, you will just leave it and let it go to waste?
No, Honorable Chair.
So why haven't you done anything about it the last few months that you've been in office?
Honorable Chair, we had so many of the legacy projects, so we're looking
This
at...
particular one is 92.4%. You know, the amount is 1 million Ghana cedis. And they have paid 924,000. Think about it.